Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good Saturday evening to you all. Hope you guys are faring well out there, having yourselves a great weekend, a great night, and just enjoying Thanksgiving weekend as we're moving on through it. I got you an update. Really, tonight, we're not going to get as detailed as we did last night. If you really want some detailed information, honestly, nothing really has changed from the video I made yesterday evening regarding this big time setup next week with severe weather. We haven't had any increased confidence on anything. Any new information really hasn't emerged. So we'll give you the information that we do have, but really at the beginning of the video, we're going to talk a little bit about the weather moving in overnight. Could be a tricky, severe weather. I wouldn't even call it a threat, but possibility for areas of the Carolinas tomorrow. Some of you folks could wake up tomorrow morning with some storms. So I want to talk about that a little bit, and then we'll just give you a little bit of information on next week. But really, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. You know me, I'm always going to keep it real. There's really no new information. So I was honestly thinking about just not even making a video tonight, but I want to keep. Sometimes when I make a video, guys, honestly, I just do it to keep a good routine going. Because when I don't do a video, I'll wake up the next morning and I'm like, I should have got a video out. But, it's just part of the routine, part of keeping you guys updated. So I'm certainly in good spirits. I know that I got Clemson fans that definitely tune into my channel. My Gamecocks won. It was a great feeling. I got all the excitement out, but I'm still kind of just feeling good. It feels good. I'm a big college football fan, as most of you guys know. And if you follow me on Twitter, you certainly do know it. And I'm not a trash talking fan. I do not talk trash at all. I do not get angry at all. But I'm a very passionate South Carolina Gamecock fan. So that was a great game, great rivalry game. And hope your team is winning this afternoon, or won this afternoon, or is winning this evening. So, well, we'll win tonight. So, anyways, let's stop talking about football. Let's talk about some weather here. So, if you guys have not subscribed, certainly consider doing that. If you guys got anything that I can pray over, please put it in the comments below. As always, it gives me an opportunity to pray over it, and it gives others an opportunity to do so too. So, I want to show you this really quick. This is a severe weather threat for tomorrow. Notice there's not even a marginal risk anywhere. I'm kind of surprised. There's at least not a marginal risk in this little section right here, the Carolinas. But it's saying, hey, there's nothing to worry about, and these are the experts. Go to day 3, really nothing to talk on. But I really want to talk on something I'm seeing that the Storm Prediction Center just really doesn't see much on. And honestly, it might not materialize. This is the moisture working through the deep south right now. Will continue to do so as we get into tomorrow. Really, we're into the sun's coming up about right now. There will be some storms in Georgia and the upstate of South Carolina, the mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee, and just burst of on and off heavy rain storms as far north as the Ohio Valley. As we're getting into 8, 9, 10 a.m., some of these storms will start to enter more so the Carolinas, from Charlotte to Columbia, up the Greensboro, Winston-Salem area. And then at the same time, we got to watch to see if the atmosphere right here in the eastern Carolinas might can destabilize. If we can get some kind of clearing, we'll see if any of these storms right here can fire up a little bit later in southeast Virginia and the eastern Carolinas. But we'll watch to see how this forms tomorrow, if any of these storms can get going. But I really don't think it's going to be a big deal at all. But do not be surprised if you're waking up tomorrow morning to some rumbles of thunder, some heavy rain. Certainly likely for certain areas, not everybody, but certain areas, as this cutoff low finally reattaches itself to the main flow up here to the north. And with it, you're going to have a quick moving moist sector. So dew points in the 40s, 50s overnight. But you will notice when you're waking up tomorrow from Atlanta to Columbia, Augusta, Macon, Georgia, point south, you will notice it'll feel a little humid outside. It'll be a little juice to the atmosphere, and that is basically with this moving moist sector. And then you got dew points potentially climbing all the way up into the mid to upper 60s for maybe as far north as Charlotte, Raleigh, the Wilmington, the Columbia, Charleston. It's going to be a little bit sticky in the mornings. If you're preparing for church in the Carolinas, it's definitely not going to it's not going to be a cold, crisp November morning, I can tell you that. But by the time you get into tomorrow evening, dry air begins to move back in, and then we get more back into just kind of a November dry air kind of pattern here. But we'll certainly watch to see how this evolves tomorrow. With the spike in humidity and low-level moisture, you're going to have some A little bit of some Cape rising, some storm fuel in this area, some juice for these storms to fuel off of. But, I don't see Cape levels very high in this area. This is mixed layer Cape, which is probably the best thing you can look at right in here. 500 to maybe 1,000 joules per kilogram. So there's some juice in the atmosphere. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a strong storm or two, in the Eastern Carolinas tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised at all. As far as our system next week, this system will move through, and here comes our system dropping down. This will bring some snow for Tuesday afternoon, potentially anywhere from Denver all the way to Minneapolis, maybe to the western UP of Michigan. Everybody in between, maybe a stripe of snow for Nebraska, areas of South Dakota. And then at the same time, you see this green down here in Arkansas, Louisiana, eastern Texas. This could be in the form of some severe weather, but there's not going to be any great information until we get about another 24, 36 hours out. Then that's when these short-range models will come into friction here. But could be some snow for the middle of the country. This is a pretty sharp cold front that will dig through here. And even as we get into Wednesday afternoon, this coming week, some storms. It could be some stormy weather, maybe some severe weather for areas like Alabama up to Tennessee. And then a cold punch of air follows this. It tries to chase down this moisture, and it might make it here in the Northeast. And it might be some rain changing to maybe some snow in New York State and the interior Northeast. This little cold front will move in just in time for December 1st. Cool areas back down. And then after that, it's anybody's guess. We get about a week out, and we got to figure out what the pattern's going to do after that. But I can tell you for next Tuesday, we still got an enhanced risk at day 4. We get into day 3 tomorrow, so they will likely actually drop the enhanced risk for this. It'll actually not drop it. I mean, they might drop it, but what I mean is they will actually dub it an enhanced risk. But still, you got Memphis here, Shreveport here, almost to Little Rock, but this is potentially going to be the epicenter of the nastiest weather right into here. And, what the European shows with this, kind of the same situation. There might be a stripe of some moderate to heavy snow from areas of northeast Nebraska through areas of northwest Iowa, through Minneapolis and southern sections of Minnesota, northern Wisconsin. And we just have to see how this develops. The Euro shows a similar situation getting into Wednesday night to Thursday morning for the interior Northeast. And then we kind of just watch what happens after that, which we're just not sure. Pattern might relax. And then we have to see if all this cold air up here in Canada that I think is beginning to build, where does it drop? Where does it drop? You get to the last couple frames of the Euro, which is all the way out to the 5th and 6th of December. It shows a big-time Arctic boundary beginning to drop into the lower 48, but that's 10 days out. Very hard to take serious. So that's all I got, guys. 8-minute video, in and out. I don't have much in the way of any big-time updates after that. So God bless all y'all. Y'all have a great day or a great night, and talk to you guys soon.